Talk to everyone today about my coupon box and my organization system for filing my coupons. I've used different coupon organizers over the years. I started off cutting coupons with my mom in the late 70s, early 80s before I graduated and left home. So she started me on a good habit, and I've been in love with coupons ever since. I started, like I said, with the little pouches that would go in your purse, things like that. Carol Wright came out with a box years ago that was a 6x6 and it had a flip up lid. I really liked that box because it was convenient, it was small, but the fact that I cut so many coupons now, it's really not feasible to have a box that size. Just the whole concept of it though, a box with a lid that flipped up, that was kind of cool. This one that I'm using now is a Sterilite. It's a 12x7 quart. It has a lid and it's got handles on the side for gripping. I do use a rubber band to go around the box. So for whatever reason, if the lid comes off and it tips over, I'm not going to spill anything because I've got that rubber band on there holding it on. It would be rather disheartening to work hard, file all your coupons, and then the lid come off and your coupons are everywhere. That would just make me sad. So, you know, everybody has their own way of doing it. It's just my added protection to have that rubber band on there. It's a Sterilite box, and let me give you the dimensions, and you can get it at Walmart, Target, places like that. It's 15 inches in length, 11.5 inches in width, and it's 6 inches in height. And I'll take the top off so you can see what I have on the inside. What I have is envelopes that I've cut down to size. They're business envelopes, and with the fact that I had to cut them, I've also taped them. So they're the brown business envelopes for mailing. I've cut them down to 10.25 inches in width, 4 inches in height, and that matches my index cards that are 4x6. So it's just enough to let the tab stick through on the top so you can flip through really easy. Again, that's the brown envelopes that are business. I've cut them down to size. I've taped the edges on the top so I'm not getting a paper cut. I've reinforced it on the side. I've reinforced it on the bottom. So we're good to go with those. They're nice little pouches. And again, I've used the 4x6 index cards that are plastic, and then I've used a labeler to label with my categories. Within each category, I have 2 envelopes. And the reason I have 2 is because I do buy and collect coupons in bulk. So if I've got a group of 10 or 20, I want to have them paper clipped together for that one particular item. And then I want to keep those bulk coupons in its own envelope in the category. And then the other envelope will have all the loose coupons for that category. So that seems to work really good for me. Again, if you've got 2 envelopes in a category and you collect a lot of the bulk coupons, or you cut them yourself that way, you get a bunch of the inserts from the Sunday paper and you want to keep them together, those envelopes can get kind of heavy and get kind of thick, and I think it would be a good idea just to keep them separate from the loose coupons. If you have time and you want to write down the categories that I'm currently using, I'll give those to you. My first category is buy one get one free. I know I have the typo there on the label. It should be BOGO, but we'll overlook that for today. In that category is, again, all the buy one get one free coupons. It doesn't matter what category they're in. As long as it's a buy one get one free, it goes in that particular envelope. I figure those are my light gold coupons, and I want to keep those up front. And if they're up front, then I'm not going to forget about them. I'm going to make sure I use them at the store because, again, those are some really high value coupons. Okay, my next category is cereals. I have crackers and snacks. I have breads and rolls. Cakes and cookies, and that would be the cake mixes and the cookie mixes in the bakery aisle, not the prepared in the package kind. I have flour and sugar. I have dressings and oils. I have spices and extracts. I have jellies and jams. I have sauces and spreads. That would be, for instance, like spaghetti sauce, your condiments, your salsas in a jar, things like that. Coffee and tea, soft drinks, wine and beer. Although we don't get too many wine coupons in the Sunday inserts, I do see it every once in a while. Fruits and juices, and that would include the juices in the bottle on the shelf as well as the refrigerated juices. The frozen fruits, you could put them in this category, but I tend to put those coupons in my frozen food section. I have produce. I have dairy products. I have meats. That would be like your hot dogs, your bacon, your lunch meats, your sausages, anything like that. I have canned foods. I have soups. I have pasta and rice. I have ethnic foods. I have prepared meals, and that would be, for instance, like the Hormel microwave meals that are on the shelf. They're not refrigerated, they're not frozen. Anything that would be like that, you could just put in your lunch and take to work. Gourmet foods. I don't really have anything in there right now. That's a category I've had for a long time. You could always use it if you find something, that a coupon that would work in that category. Desserts would be, of course, your frozen desserts like your ice creams, your cakes, things like that in the frozen section. And then I have another frozen foods, but it doesn't have the desserts. I keep those separate. I have housewares. I have paper and plastic. That's your toilet tissue, paper towels, your plastic wrap, your aluminum foil, those kind of things. I have cleansers and soaps. That's your household stuff. I have waxes and polishes. I have toiletries. I have baby products. And the very last one, I don't have it labeled, but that's my envelope that has all my no expiration date. I kind of want to keep those separate. I would hate to throw away a no expiration date coupon by accident when I'm purging my coupons. You could very easily, put your no expiration date coupons in its own category, but for myself, I have them in its own envelope. And then in the very last, I have the envelope that has my receipts for when I went in to the grocery store on a really good sale and I ended up saving 50, 60%, sometimes more. I kind of like to keep those as my mementos as to all my hard work and how good I did on those sales. So again, this is my coupon organizer. The box fits in the top part of the basket. It may not fit completely depending on the cart with your store. Some stores have the top basket, a little bit wider, but for the most part it will fit in there. Keeps your coupons nice and organized. When you go in the store, you're armed and ready, and you can go after those sales, and you have all your coupons with you. You haven't left anything at home because the box is long enough to have many categories, as however it works for you. But you can have all your envelopes the same way. You can make your little dividers like I did with the plastic 4x6 size and label it accordingly. Just wanted to let everybody know what I've been using, and it works for me. And if you got any comments or questions, just contact me at the end of the video. All right, thank you.